The conflict in Ukraine has cast a long shadow over Europe. It is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace. The international community grapples with the best way to respond. A decisive and unified approach is crucial. Europe, more than any other region, feels the ripple effects of this conflict. The humanitarian crisis is deeply concerning. Millions have been displaced. The economic consequences are far-reaching. The conflict has impacted energy prices and supply chains. This situation demands a united front from European nations. A failure to act decisively will have profound implications. European security is also at stake. The conflict has challenged the very foundation of European security. It has exposed vulnerabilities that cannot be ignored. The need for a robust and coordinated defense strategy is more apparent than ever. The situation in Ukraine is a defining moment for Europe. It is a test of our resolve and commitment to our values. A strong and unified response is not just a strategic necessity, it is a moral imperative. In a bold move, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has pledged to deploy British troops to Ukraine. This commitment comes with a significant caveat. British troops will only be deployed as part of a peacekeeping force. This deployment is contingent upon a peace deal being reached. This pledge highlights Britain's commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty. It is a clear signal to Russia that aggression will not be tolerated. The UK has consistently been a vocal supporter of Ukraine. The UK has provided substantial financial aid since the conflict began. The UK has pledged £3 billion annually to support Ukraine's defense. This financial commitment extends until 2030. It underscores the UK's long-term commitment to Ukraine's security. This funding will help Ukraine rebuild its armed forces. It will bolster its defenses against future threats. Starmer's pledge has been met with mixed reactions. Some applaud the Prime Minister's decisive leadership. They view it as a necessary step to deter further Russian aggression. Others express concerns about the potential risks of deploying British troops. They urge caution and a focus on diplomatic solutions. The recent US-Saudi-Russia talks have exposed a concerning rift within the international community. Europe was notably absent from these discussions. This exclusion raises serious questions about Europe's role in resolving the conflict. It has fueled concerns about a lack of unity and coordination in the international response. The talks, held in Saudi Arabia, aim to explore potential avenues for peace negotiations. Russia has confirmed its participation in these discussions. The US has stated that its objective is to assess Russia's genuine commitment to ending the war. Europe's absence from these crucial talks is a cause for concern for several reasons. It suggests a lack of European consensus on how to approach the situation. It raises questions about Europe's influence and leverage in the ongoing negotiations. Furthermore, the exclusion of Ukraine from these initial discussions further complicates matters. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has categorically rejected any peace deal that is brokered without Ukraine's direct involvement. His stance underscores the importance of including Ukraine in any meaningful negotiations to resolve the conflict. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine represents a pivotal moment for the future of Europe and the wider world. It is a stark reminder that peace and democracy cannot be taken for granted. The stakes are incredibly high. This is not just a territorial conflict. It is a battle between democracy and authoritarianism. The international community's response to this crisis will have far-reaching consequences. A failure to stand up for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity will embolden authoritarian regimes worldwide. It will undermine the rules-based international order that has been painstakingly built over decades. Conversely, a united and resolute response will send a powerful message. It will demonstrate that aggression and violations of international law will not be tolerated. It will reaffirm the international community's commitment to upholding democratic values and principles. This is a defining moment, not just for Europe but for the entire world. It is a moment where we must choose between appeasement and standing up for what is right. The choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow.